What is up, guys? NYKF31 here, bringing you my Madden 25 review. A little bit late to the party. I typically do a review of these games a week and a half in. So I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball as far as that goes. Most of the reviews that people have made have been long since listened to or read or critiqued. But here we go with my 2 cents. And the backdrop of this review will be a online friends list game I'm playing between my Jets and the Indianapolis Colts. So here we go. As far as what you think of the game, in this game you'll be seeing things that you like, things that you don't like. Maybe you see lots of things that you like and few things that you dislike. Maybe it's vice versa. I don't really care what your individual opinion of the game is. All I ask is for the ability to think, which is a trait that I find is lacking in the YouTube world when it comes to Madden. For whatever reason, the ability to think rationally when it comes to EA and Madden in particular seems to fly completely out the window, and people go into militant soap opera mode. But be that as it may, here we go. Every review that I've seen, heard, read about this game has pretty much the same tone. Good game, better than Madden 13. It's a damn shame that it took this long to get to this point. For some, it may be too little, too late. Bring on next gen, we're ready for more. And that seems to be the theme with these sports games this fall. Even in the NBA 2K crowd, the people like Chris Move who do vids for that game. I was watching one of his videos earlier on while watching some football. As a matter of fact, I'm watching Pack Niners while doing this, but he was echoing that kind of sentiment about NBA 2K14. Not really overwhelmed with any sense of excitement over a current gen version, looking to see what next gen is going to bring. So it seems like most people are in that mode. But as far as dealing with the current gen product, before we begin the same cycle of doing the same thing with a different version of the same game, I feel like, well, let's use NCAA as a comparison. I believe that NCAA 14 is significantly better than Madden 13. When NCAA 14 came out, it pretty much shut down all of our Madden 13 online leagues. No one wanted to play Madden 13 anymore. We couldn't go back. NCAA was that much better, and that incomplete pass was something we need to see more of, by the way, not to get sidetracked too much. You don't see too many misthrown balls like that, which are thrown to the ground or way off target. The default pass accuracy is way too high. But that's something for a little bit later on. But going back to the original point, I feel like NCAA 14 is markedly better than Madden 13, and Madden 25 markedly better than NCAA 14. So clearly this game is the best offering that we've had from EA Football to date. I don't think there's any question about that whatsoever. It also has some of the same problems that we've seen from the EA games over the recent years. I don't really see how anyone thought that anything earth-shattering was going to occur on that regard, seeing how this is the last go-around on these platforms. But as far as the overall gameplay goes, let me start with, I guess, the running game. Running game feels fantastic. The running controls are responsive, they're smooth, they're fluid, making cuts, jukes, trucking, like Corey Ivory there, putting his head down with his 88 trucking and doing some work. And the precision modifiers are a nice touch as far as giving those guys with those elite ratings in the 90s that little extra oomph. The running game is really fluid in that regard. The precision modifiers remind me of the APF 2K8 charging, where you can make charged shoulder charges, jukes, and things of that nature. It's the identical thing. Corey Ivy again, my goodness. It's the exact same concept, it's a different mechanic, different way of doing it. There you see a little bit of run free going on with Jeremy Curley. The drawback that I feel it has is that sometimes every back feels a little bit too much like Adrian Peterson. It can feel overdone at times. I don't think that the running game is overpowered per se. You can certainly play good run defense. It comes down to personnel as well as user control. You don't have to mindlessly blitz stop the run, but you do have to have the beef up front and, you know, the horses to pursue and tackle. And here's the thing, guys. You can't have it both ways. You can't want ratings like play recognition, pursuit, acceleration, awareness to matter, and then expect every person on the field to pursue like Ray Lewis and close on the ball on zone coverage like Ed Reed. That's not going to happen. A lot more problematic in my mind is the pass defense. Number one, it's damn near impossible to play off-man coverage. It's too loose on default as far as the alignment goes, and the defenders don't close fast enough to prevent, you know, yards after the catch on simple hitches, ins, and out routes. The only type of man coverage that is of any use in this game on a consistent basis is press man coverage. And if you don't have the corners that can match up in press man, you're going to get laced all over the field. You can't play any man coverage, and you're left to play zone defense. Now, I have a bit of a reputation of having a pretty, you know, solid base zone defense, but zone defense in this game is not easy to play either. Again, going back to the default, you know, QB accuracy, guys can thread the ball through windows a lot easier than they could, even though the passing leading has been watered down, which desperately needed to happen. And the main reason for that, I believe, is because the game has this weird combination of obsolete spot drop logic and more modern, more dynamic pattern reading logic. And I go into that in my Tampa 2 video breakdown series, which I just started posting today. So overall, my point of view of the game isn't, you know, too far removed from what has been expressed by other reviewers. It's a good game. It's a lot of fun to play. And while it's held back by its legacy issues, you can clearly see where this game is headed going into the next gen. There's a lot of things in here that show a lot of promise that I feel are going to be built upon. I don't see any reason why they would go backwards from it. And, you know, when Madden 25 for next gen comes out, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have to offer based on what we've been told or what we've been shown, and hopefully we'll see more as the weeks and months, you know, shrink to the release of the next-gen consoles and the next-gen games. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'd love to hear your guys' feedback, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.